Hi everybody, how's everyone doing? It's your boy Bryce Pitts 01, as in Bryce Pitts 2001. Welcome back to another AEW All Elite Wrestling action figure review. So, you probably wonder, why do I have not one but two Bryan Danielsons in two different series? Or should I say it's in the same sort of series, but it's different. They are about I can't even say it right. Blah. They are a part of both the Unmatched series collectibles, obviously, because they're both in the silver. But if you could see the difference, it still has the classic, older, scratched up logo, except for the E right here. But the A and W are good. So that's a little interesting. By the way, I got this one at Target, which is on clearance, so I had to get them, including the figures that I've already shown you from the Edge and Christian video, which was, of course, Ricky Starks, good old Ricky Starks, aka, of course, from WWE now. He's in WWE, not with AEW. Ricky Saints. That's his new name. His name is Ricky Saints. And then you have Christian Cage, when I'm definitely can't wait to open soon once I get the whole series together. And you know me, since I don't have the full series with everyone in, with that goes with Bryan Danielson, unfortunately, I'm just gonna be like, screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and open them just because I like them. So just want to go ahead and get that out of the way. And then of course I have Uncle Howdy, which is Bray Wyatt's brother. Obviously Bo Dallas. You gotta believe in the fear, so that's definitely him. You can definitely tell by his face and his teeth. And then of course you have good old Big Daddy Kevin Diesel, or just Diesel himself, or just Kevin Nash, because I know he goes through a bunch of different names. So I am missing a few figures in the series. There, just in case if you didn't see it, that's much better. Um, so yeah, of course he is going to be number, of course, 86, of course, for 11 for this series. So the only ones I'm missing is, of course, the Luminaries Sting, the younger version, which looks pretty cool. Then you have Darby Allin, and then you have Jay White here from New Japan Pro Wrestling. I know that guy because he was a part of the Bullet Club. And then you have Will Ospreay, who was also a part of, not Bullet Club, but he was also a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's British. But he likes autistic people, and he respects autistic people, and he supports the autism community. So thank you, Will Ospreay, if you ever watched this video. And then you have, of course, the main man himself, who I met in person at WrestleCon. He's the best. And then you have the wonderful but very kind, if I ever meet her or not, which is none other than Sky Blue. So yes. So you have this number one contender, and then you have this contender with the scary hand on his shoulder. Woo! And then, of course, let's get the joke out of the way. It says 6'7". You get the joke, guys. Come on. It's 2026. The 6'7" is dead. We're not in 2025 anymore. Just let it rest. It's dead. But it also says Series 9, which I don't have the full Series 9 yet, which also has John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and, of course, Johnny Hungy's best friend of all people, Alex Reynolds, which I don't have. I need to get him so badly so I can complete the Dark Order series of the figures. And then you have Claudio Castagnoli, also known as Cesaro, which everybody knows Cesaro. And then you have Jeff Hardy. And then, of course, you have Jamie Hager, or Hader. Jamie Hager. I think that's how you say her last name. It's very complicated, but, you know the rest. And the hand move, it's haunted. Woo, I'm kidding. So, of course, this was when Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, whatever you like to call him, they're both the same names, just changes. Different changes. Um, this is when he debuted, and he confronted Adam Cole, and this is him when he got his eye stabbed, basically, which sucked. But again, it's all storyline purposes only, so his eye is all right. So he didn't lose his actual eye. It's just for storytelling purposes only, entertainment purposes only, responsibly, obviously. So, yeah, that's kind of about it. And then you have the difference right here with the AEW logo. And then, of course, you have their iconic signature signing right here. I never got my figure signed by Bryan Danielson himself. I could have gotten my action figure signed by him, but I got a picture of him instead. But if I ever see him again, I'm definitely going to get him to sign one of my action figure boxes. and we'll just see what happens. So yeah. Anyways, these figures that are mentioned don't have them, and then the ones I don't have, which is Sky Blue, Will Ospreay, Jay White, of course, Darby Allin, who feels absolutely dead inside, but he loves to skateboard because he likes Tony Hawk. And then you have the young version of the 90s slash 80s Sting, which is the Luminaries edition in the same series of the Unmatched series of AEW, which is Series 11 for the Unmatched Series 11. So, without further ado, of course, enough talking, people, enough. Let's open up these spectacular wrestlers and let's review them both together. So you know the rules. If I don't have the full series, I'm just gonna review the series anyway. If I do have the full series, I'm gonna review it anyway. So I kind of like to break the rules a little bit one way or the other. Even though I'm a huge rule, even though I love rules, just keep that in mind. I love rules. I love order, but sometimes you just gotta give the people what they want once in a while, here and there, and let's just have some fun opening up these bad boys. So let's do this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are out of the packaging once again, and I tested them out and I opened them and I moved with their arms and legs, and honestly, they both feel fantastic in the hand. Dude, when I felt this dude's shirt right here, this white cloth shirt, dude, I think he's about to win me over because he's Bryan Danielson, man. Okay, I met the guy, and quite frankly, he was really nice. All I want to say is I appreciate Bryan Danielson. I appreciate. I feel like Bryan Danielson was the guy that just basically carried everything in WWE, and a lot of people just don't give this guy any credit because the guy fought in not only Batista and, of all people, Randy Orton. Batista and Randy Orton, don't want to forget about that. And he was the man in New Orleans that became the World Heavyweight Champion, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. If you don't know which WrestleMania I'm talking about, you know which one I'm talking about. The classic 2014, I think it was 2013 or 2014. It was one of those years, I'm pretty sure, before we reach to the 2015 era. So, yeah, this figure right here, absolutely just fantastic. Um, of course, you can move the little knee part area, obviously. He's got some Skechers shoes, man. Like, look at this guy is rocking out some drip. Are you kidding me? It might be some New Balance, actually. New Balance, either it's New Balance or Skechers. I think these shoes are fantastic, and I need to see more of them on AEW wrestlers like Bryan Danielson himself. And honestly, Jazzware, if you're watching this, please pump out more. Please pump out more of Bryan Danielson. That will just keep me super happy and super entertained. So anyway, let's go ahead and just strip this man, take his shirt off, shirt off, shirt off, shirt off, without trying to rip out the velcro off. I really don't want to do that, quite frankly. That will just mess things up. I really don't want it. I don't know how to do it because, quite frankly, I just don't want to mess this up here. Here we go. Here we go. We got it. We got it. There we go. We're gonna make this man shirtless. Do it for his wife. Yeah, boy, he's ripped, baby. Look at him. He's definitely got that rip muscle going on here. Fantastic. But anyways, here he is, all nice and shirtless and strong, because that's what he's supposed to be build like. So he's got the little ponytail going on because he's going for the shave head style going on. I hope he brings back the iconic, just like the long hair, kind of like, for example, I'm gonna be shameless teasing this from WWE. Sami Zayn, for example, how he has the long hair. I would love to see him bring back that one last time, and then he can go back to going for the classic shaved head but long hair on the top type of look if he wants to. And he's got a little smiley face going on. Let's just say he's having a good day. He's having a good day. That's the type of smile that I want to be around with when someone is having a good day. If they're not having a good day, you know something's going wrong. You know well that something is going wrong. And then you got these special pants here with the little string. I bet it's one of those type of fancy pants that you like make them either tighter or loose. That you can pull on the strings because he's not wearing a belt, but that's okay. But yeah, this was a really good Bryan Danielson attire. He does come with a few accessories, so all you got to do is just pop out one of the hands and then give him a open mic hand, which is kind of nice. And then you can make him talk some smack if you wanted to. Be like, MJF, I don't know what else to tell you, man, but I'm the best AEW World Heavyweight Champion in the world. You suck, bro. You don't know anything about me. I am a wrestling veteran amongst the nation of professional wrestling. You will not stop me until I break every single bone in your body. Or just something like that. He'll go crazy, and and then you have the classic hands, the flat hands, which you just pop those bad boys off, and then you just press them on to here. I think this is like his holding pose. You know which one I'm talking about. It's like where he gets on like the top rope, or he gets like on top of the ring, and he does this. I was born for greatness, greatness. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you as an example. I'm going to use my wrestling ring for example. I do have that. All right, y'all. Here's my wrestling ring, and yes, there is my little stage where people can like sit down, watch the thing happen. I haven't gotten a chance to work on that, but try to ignore that as possible because I know it looks not so great. But this is what I'm basically talking about. He goes on top of the rope here and does this. That's kind of what I'm trying to like work with here. Or he's trying to go for like the whole. Okay, I think it goes like this. Yeah, there we go. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we're looking at. Yes, yes, yes. I was born for greatness, greatness, greatness. So that's what he kind of like does. He goes up on here and does the little thing, and he like walks around, be like, "Hey everybody, I'm Bryan Danielson. I'm the WWE/AEW World Champion." I know I got a bunch of wrestlers on my ring right now. I need to get them moved, so that's fine. And then he can just go nuts, go crazy, like, oh my gosh, Bryan Danielson, he about to do a flip, and then he lands on Adam Cole, and you can control the action of your action figures. And I have this bad boy ring for a long time, and I love this ring. This is a WWE ring. Will I be interested to get an AEW ring? Who knows? Just don't ask too many questions. I can only answer them one at a time. We'll see. But I still love this WWE ring, and I can't wait to do my action figure series, hopefully soon when I get a bigger table, because this table is not working. Creeper. Aw, man. All right. Anyways, back there as we go, or you can do the iconic no, 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 because he used to be doing the no movement and then the yes movement. So you can just make him do that, make him go no, no. But you get the gist, man. I might do a stop motion of it later when I get a chance to do some stop motion. I like doing stop motion animations. So yeah, there he is. Bryan Danielson, nice and shirtless. I'm gonna put his shirt back on probably later. Or I might just keep him shirtless for a little bit until I want him to put his shirt back on. So who knows? But yeah, this figure right here, 10 out of 10. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm definitely gonna be playing with this bad boy some more. So now we got the eye patch Bryan Danielson next. So let's get on to that. Anyways, here he is, the one and only. Let me just move his white shirt out of the way. So this is what he looks like here when he's not in his regular attire or his promo attire with clothes on. Here he is of all things. He's got some good details going on. You got the BD going on for Bryan Danielson. He's got the little blood chains going on his wrestling trunks and knee pads. Kind of cool. He's kind of like representing that he wants to be like the hardcore champion if he was in WWE in a different era, not different era, more like different era is what I meant to say. A different era, maybe if like imagine like what if Bryan Danielson was in the ECW era, This is kind of like the feeling of it, you know what I'm saying? Then you have the screaming Daniel Bryan with the eye patch, and he's got his little braids going on with his hair, and then you can pop the head off of this one, and then you can get his calm and relaxed version with, well, this eye patch right here. Hold on, let me get this guy in here. Might have to do this off camera. Apologize. Gotta get it in there. So let me just. There we go. He's pushed in there. But here's the thing that kind of disappoints me. You see the difference, however? Like he's screaming and he's not, and he has a different eye patch and he has a different eye patch. You could have just made them wear the exact same thing, or just have an extra head sculpt. I don't know. Maybe once we get the Supreme Bryan Danielson, maybe we'll get a version of him with his mouth closed with the same eye patch, and then maybe get another one with him having his mouth opened in this one. Who knows? But again, it is what it is. It happens. I mean, they did it with my other Bryan Danielson figure, which I'll have to show you my collection of. I got a bunch of them, so I love me some Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, great wrestling legend himself. So of course, arms 60 degrees. Of course, you can spin that bad boy around. Arms go 60 degrees. Spin that bad boy around. Abdomen, chest goes up and down. We got to be careful because that will pop off. Not in a bad way, it just pops off because it is what it is. His legs can sort of kick back. He can move his knees, both sides, left and right. Uh, Leg swivel, of course, of all places. Leg swivel of all places. I don't think we get any ankle pivot. Maybe we will. I don't know. Wicked Cool Toys has got to get better with the ankle pivots. We cannot be slacking on the ankle pivots. I don't think I haven't gave this poor guy the ankle pivot treatment either. So that's kind of bad, man. I mean, it's a great figure. Don't get me wrong. It's the best. And then of course you have these flat hands, kind of like it's kind of like giving me this vibes, but it's a lot different. So it's just kind of more of a like finger trigger, but like trying to open up his hand, but like it's broken, kind of. But of course, you pop it off and then you replace it with this hand, and then there you go. Maybe trying to go for the whole like samurai Daniel going on here, or the be wise, wise one, or something like that. Or you're trying to be like, or he's trying to be like a Jedi or something. Jedi Bryan Danielson. That would be kind of crazy. I don't know. I think he would play a good Star Wars character, in my opinion, since he's got that good actor energy in him. So I can see him doing that. Uh, yeah, I say be very careful with the head turning 60 degrees, no matter if you pop this head off or on. Kind of depends on how you do it. Like I said, you can split its legs, of course, of all places. Yeah, then you can move the hands, of course, up and down, spin them around. And then, of course, up and down, up and down, up and down, spin them around. So, yeah, I think that's kind of about it on Bryan Danielson, actually. This is kind of like the most greatest review. So, I guess he's like lost weight but got more skinnier, and he's got more big and buff. So, I guess there is a difference between the chest areas. So, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, as long as if he looks good with the big buff chest area and the other one looks smaller. I mean, you could literally just pop this off. Like you can switch them, right? Like you can even do, you know, skinny Bryan Danielson with an eye patch. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good actually, if you ask me. Pretty nice. And then you can do this one right here. Now this one, holy cow, this one looks really, really good. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it, bro. That's so sick. I don't know, maybe I kind of like switching the bodies. Oh god, easy now. Ah. Yeah, I guess you got to be careful on how you switch them because they may break on you. I don't think it will, but if it does, you know what that means. Go buy another one or get a replacement. I hope I try to get less replacements on my action figures this year because I'm sick and tired of them breaking. Because when an action figure breaks, it breaks my heart. You guys remember last year? You guys remember with Razor Ramon / Scott Steiner? No, not Razor Ramon Scott. No, what am I saying? No, it's Razor Ramon and Scott Hall is what I meant to say. I am losing it. So sorry. You know what I meant to say. Remember that figure breaking? Terrible. Broke my heart. Never liked it. Don't want to remember that memory. It's a bad memory. But I think that shall do it for, of course, the one and only Bryan Danielson. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And please check out my Lego Ben and Jacob and Friends. I would really appreciate if you look at my Lego series. Start off from episode 1, watching all the way to episode 100. And then whatever you end up stopping at, which episode you're at right now by the time I record this video. So anyways, thank you all. Take care. Stay safe out there. Stay away from those crazy folks out there because you don't know what they're doing. But stay safe. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye. Later. You thought I almost forgot. No, I didn't. So here are my action figures of all the Bryan Danielson, specifically the ones on the WWE, and this one's going to be like the AEW side. So you have this one with the different head sculpt I was talking about, and then you have the Revolution one right here, the one with the red shirt, and yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna have not one, not two Bryan Danielsons or Daniel Bryan. I'm going to be adding more of them on this side. So this full row right here is going to be full Bryan Danielsons. And here's the one from WrestleMania 30 that I was talking about. Love that version, by the way. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe for more videos like these, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.